Alright, hello my fellow investors, it's the Intelligent Investor here, and in today's video we're going to be talking about what's going on with the market. Is it crashing? Is it correcting itself? What is going on? So before I answer that, again, use the link in the description down below to sign up with Acorns. Once you guys sign up with Acorns, you're going to be entered to win a free stock. That stock is going to be Chevron. Also, when we hit 6,000 subscribers, I'm going to be doing another stock giveaway, which that one will be Apple. So stay subscribed, stay tuned, and hit the notification bell so you can stay updated on these giveaways. All right, so what's going on with the market? Now, to explain, the stock market is kind of crashing and correcting itself at the same time. And why is that? Now, last year, a lot of people jumped into the market. When they got their stimulus checks, a lot of people just dumped it into the market to push it up. And there was a lot of new investors as well that jumped into the market. And that created a hyperinflation. A lot of people that are investing into certain stocks, a lot of YOLO people and stuff like that did hyperinflate the market, as well as hedge funds. So what the Federal Reserve did is that they put zero interest rates on hedge funds, which this is a big thing, okay? So this is one thing I don't know if you guys know, but that the Federal Reserve pretty much lended money to the hedge funds with zero interest. So what they did is that they dumped it in the stock market, and that overinflated the stocks in the companies. So a lot of stocks were overvalued. And now that the Federal Reserve is planning on putting or claiming some of that money, or putting a 2% interest rate, then the hedge funds are going to have to start selling out. Okay, because they're going to have to pay that money back or pay a huge percentage of a fine, or not a fine, but interest rate. So that's one thing that you guys have to understand, that the market is correcting itself because these hedge funds have to take out money so they can pay back, and then they're also taking out money to put into bonds. So, a market crash is looking more likely. If you saw my previous videos, we predicted this. We said within the next 40 days, which is about that time that's starting to hit, that we knew something like this was going to happen. I was explaining that this is a possibility because they're just printing out money like crazy. Stimulus check, all the stimulus package bill. I mean, we printed out 4 trillion. Now we're going to print out another 2 trillion, and it's just insane. I mean, this new bill that's passing with the stimulus check is just a bunch of nonsense money. I mean, I understand people want to get their stimulus checks, and yeah, people deserve to get the stimulus checks. But if you see, they're also going to be giving money to foreign countries. They're also going to be bailing out California and bailing out New York, and I think that's really dumb. That's just wasted money. So I live here in California, and we're in debt. It's a bad run state. It's a poorly run state. And I mean, pretty much what Newsom is doing now, our governor, he's passing out laws that, because he's going to get recalled. So he's going to get recalled. They already got the votes, and now they have to do the votes, see if they're going to kick him out so they can do a special election. So what he's pretty much doing is he's crapping out money. So he's like, all right, we're going to pass this law, and then we're going to give this amount of money to people, I mean, so they're going to be like, oh, if you don't have a job, if you're making under $35,000, if you're illegal, or if you're any of this stuff, then you're going to get free money. And that kind of sucks because he's like going to put more money into debt for California, but then the federal government is going to bail him out. All right. So this new stimulus bill is like, we're going to bail out California from all their debt, and we're going to bail out New York. So that means people that don't live in California or don't live in New York, if you live in Texas, if you live in Florida, if you live in, Michigan, or wherever you live in, your money is going to our state to pay for our debt. And I think that's really dumb. And they're printing out money for that. So that's creating a really high inflation. Okay, so money's just being printed out, and everything's overvalued right now. So inflation's going to go up quickly, and the monetary value is going to come down. So that's going to create a big correction in the market or a crash. And that's why we're slowly starting to see that. A lot of hedge funds are jumping into temporary bonds between 2 to 10 year bonds, and I'm kind of playing it safe now, so that's why they're selling off a lot of stocks. So I'm saying if you guys are into stocks that you feel like you paid a lot for, just be careful. Keep an eye out because a lot of stocks are going to come down. I mean, I love AT&T. I love Apple, but Apple, it is highly overpriced. So I feel like this stock is going to come crashing down to about under 110 or maybe under 100 eventually. But for me, I'm still going to buy, you get me? Like, for me, it's a buying opportunity, but I see the correction happening there because Apple, it is hyperinflated, as well as Tesla and stuff like that. There's a lot of companies that are really, really overinflated. And just be careful with your money because if you're buying at a high price, most likely they're going to come down. So we're still in that process of the 40-day that we were talking about. A lot of people have been predicting the market crash because, again, a lot of money is being thrown out there and it's just being given away. And it's just something that we have to keep an eye for. I know we all want stimulus money. I know we all want all this stuff, but at the end, they do pay big consequences. And you have to see the effects of that it is going to affect us long term. Also, they're pooping out loans like crazy for housings. And people that can't afford a house are still buying houses and stuff like that. So, I mean, it looks like we're going to have a housing crash as well. If you're kind of like me, you'll be thriving in this moment because we're kind of putting money aside and we know what's going to happen. And we're kind of predicting that, once that happens, and that's when we jump into things. So I know the market might crash, but don't be scared. People like me, I mean, this week, have you seen, I'm down like $321. It's been collapsed, maybe more in the month. Yeah, 402 in the month. So, I mean, I don't trip because I have a lot of safe stocks that I know are going to recover eventually. Coca-Cola drops, Apple drops, AT&T drops, Chevron drops. I mean, any of these stocks that I have that are dropping, I know that there are buying opportunities because during their time, they're still going to come back and they're going to recover. These are big companies that will see growth in the future and will still pay a dividend. Talking about my 4 dividend stocks, Apple as well. They're big companies that have enough money to still pay off a dividend, and even though there'll be like a market crash or depression or whatever the heck we get, they'll still be companies that'll survive because there's still needs that people have. So, I mean, that's all I wanted to talk about. If you guys have any questions, let me know in the comments down below. Like I said, subscribe. Stay tuned with me. If we do have a market crash or a market correction, I'll be following you through it here. I'll be telling you, how to, approach things and how to still be profitable because, you got to have that mentality of profiting. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. So peace out. Oh, by the way, not giving you financial advice. So just to put that out there, this is just my thoughts and opinions. So thank you guys for everything and see you guys next time.